Hello there, I am Izzy Noodles, welcome back to Remnants of Darkness. So unfortunately my game files just vanished off the face of the earth, and of course along with my save files. So I've had to redo level 1. Luckily it is just one level I've had to redo, opposed to coming to do the final level, and actually it was a very long game. So never mind, I did replay level 1. And my flare count might not be accurate as a result of that, which is a shame because level 2 is pretty dark and it would be nice if it was just a little more accurate compared to what flares I have already used. But anyway, let's get into this. So straight away, I don't remember if I said at the end of the last video, but we do have a secret to pick up straight away, and it is pretty tricky to grab, so it will be a bit trial and error. So light a flare straight away, we'll have that as we go into the next level. And at the end of the slope, you do want to jump, and I got it in one! That never happens. That is really tough to be able to land right here. And then just continue down. Awesome. So, where is the exit? There it is. So, very dark, and we do have a maze, but fortunately we have a torch, so this is only going to illuminate the area. There are a bunch of wall torches in the area that we can light. There is one that actually will do something, and one somewhere roundabout that just won't light. So if you have one that won't light, don't worry about it. I likely won't come across that in this video because I don't need to go into that section. So right here we do have a T-junction, so I am going to go to the left first, just because there is one item to grab over there. If you do kind of get lost, then I know that if I make my way back to the start, I've already got the item from this direction and I won't need to get it again. But I likely won't get lost because I've had the practice. But for you playing for yourself, that's just a tip. Probably come and grab this item first. So gonna throw the torch down now and enter into here. We will have an enemy. This kind of scary zombie character. And yeah, he moves pretty darn quick. There we go, and there's actually a double trigger for that sound. But he drops a gold key. There we go, so just head back out again. So hopefully my not too accurate map is going to be helpful for you. We're going to have a map, and I will try and brighten the image as well anyway. This is very dark, hard to keep up with. So right near the entrance where I came in, there is this gate, so we will get around to the other side of this gate. We don't need to, but this will open once we're on the other side, and it just works as a shortcut. So it doesn't really matter about that gate. So head forward, there's another torch, and we will have these little midgety things. The guide calls them midgets, so I'm gonna call them midgets. Okay, so bearing in mind from that gate, let me come and grab the torch again. From that gate to the right, there actually is an additional torch we can grab. So there is another one as well. So there's 3 torches roundabout. The first one is as we enter, which is the one I picked up, and then 2 more. And this gap is inconsequential. You cannot get through that gap because of the way the flooring is. It's raised on the other side, like that's a higher sort of crawl space, off like knee height crawl space, if you see what I'm trying to say. So Lara's animation won't allow it to get through there, and we don't need to go through there anyway. But back to this torch that I lit. So in a straight line from this direction, there is this doorway here as well. So this is the torch that's going to do something. That's opened the door, and I'm going to head straight in there. So just leave this behind. careful with your flare usage. I know it's pretty dark and you can't always have a torch. So I am going to rush straight in because we will have some skeletons coming to annoy us. Climb up onto this ledge. And we have this old stone disc. So there we go. That's one of 4. We're going to grab 4 of these, as I've just said. Repeating myself. Oh, I'm stuck. Don't get stuck because these zombie dudes, skeletons, will stop you getting up the ladder. There we go. Yeah, so the idea is we are going to find 4 stone discs in this area to be able to move on. And that is pretty much the basis of this level, just finding the discs in this section. Okay, so get rid of the flare, grab the torch again, and let's continue. So another wall torch. So also let me just show you from the doorway here, if you take a right, there is the other torch down here. Okay. So now going straight, so to my right, that's where I came from, over there, just trying to help you get your bearings. There is a bridge section, I'm going to kind of bypass that for now. So that's over there, there's a bridge section. Just continuing on because there's something else I want to do before heading into there. We're going to set up for a secret. More midgets. Just kill the midgets. So it also helps to deal with this secret thing anyway. You'll see what I'm doing when we get there. But yeah. I guess I'll explain more at the time. I'm just rambling right now. But anyway, there is this section of water. You can tell this is not like the entrance where we came from. If you're losing your bearings, there is a column in the middle and there's no torches either side. So opposite that, there is this room. And that's the room that has that strange little crawl space that you can't get through. And I do believe that's the room that has the wall torch that won't light. So there's nothing in there except a couple of enemies. So that's the zombie enemies as well, by the way. So I'm just going to avoid that room. You do not need to go into this room. So leaving the torch somewhere safe, we'll come back to that in a moment. We will come and grab that again later. We're going to head into the water. As I say, this is just a setup for a secret. Here we go, we are at the sacred tomb, and as you can see, this is where we're going to place the 4 stone discs. So of course we only have 1 yet, so there's nothing we can do about that at the moment. But I'm going to start climbing to find a lever. So you can see it above that doorway. Okay, I'm always worried about just angled jumps if I'm like not lined up for a running jump. Just me things. Okay, so somewhere we have removed some spikes. So that will help us grab a secret. And actually also just help us in general. It's good to not have spikes lying around, you know. So return back because there's nothing more for us to do in the Sacred Tomb section. Okay, find your torch. And I'm going to head back to that bridge section now. So to get your bearings, you can just follow the wall from the water. It will take you straight to the bridge. So this area is actually quite a tall shaft, so that is not the bridge I'm at. There's me, all the way down there. There's Lara. And even further down, that's actually where we got the first stone disc. Believe it or not. So firstly, just come straight to the end. There's another torch we can light. And there we go. And I will leave this behind in a safe spot so I know where it is. And we need to open these two doors either side. So we have two challenge rooms and there's a stone disc within each room. But this is not obvious how we're opening the doors. You can actually hop over into this gap over here. So grab in the air just to make sure you're not going to bang your head. Easy done. Okay, careful of this door, it can push you down the ladder. And then grab this ledge. You might have more success grabbing it closer to the edge. Sometimes it looks like she should grab it and she just plain won't for some reason. There we go. So at the end, here we go, light another flare, and we have what I call, I don't know the actual name, but I call these timed turner wheels. It doesn't matter which one you do first. So this left one will open up the left door. So 6 or 7 pulls on this, and that opens said door or whatever to its maximum. And of course you want to get there as quick as you can. And if you feel like you've timed it a bit snug, just roll and you should hop in, no problem. So yeah, lots of flame in this room. So there, that was showing us, that's actually right over here, just up above. That was showing us there's a cage and a flame guarding a chain, and then when we pull the chain that will remove this cage here. Did I say a cage up above? I think I said a chain and a chain. A chain and a flame guarding a... Yeah, anyway. Cage and a flame guarding a chain. The chain will then open this cage and we can grab the next stone disc. So hop down to the ground level. So there's a lot of just reach in handholds kind of thing, guarded by flames. Lot of flames, not too tricky, but there is one in particular. One of these that really is short on the timing. So good luck to you. This one's not so bad despite having 2 burners active. And ironically, I've panicked and actually crouched right up against the wall and not been set on fire, which is quite bizarre. I imagine I should, just like this. If I don't know, if I duck, maybe I will be safe. So I didn't get set on fire. Very lucky. So now just hopping behind this column in the water for a medpack. And it doesn't matter what order you do these in, as long as they're all done. So easiest one right here. Let's just quick save in case I have an accident. It's all very well saying it's the easiest one and then dying. I hope it's not too dark. I feel like I can see pretty well here today, so I've not lit a flare in this area. But of course I'll do my best in post. So here we're going to hop up to the final one. So you can only hop up and grab this for some reason, even though it looks like you should grab this ledge. You just won't for some reason. So this, good luck to you. This one has made me lose my mind before. The timer is incredibly short. So kind of don't be too close because then you might like hop back, hop past this chain. You see I hopped forward too soon, I set myself on fire. Yeah, that was a pretty dumb mistake on my part. I kind of just plain wasn't paying attention, but the timing here is really tough. You have to get the animation just right. Don't, like, just hold the action if you think you're close enough, because Laura will instantly be set on fire. You want to hop forwards and then pull the chain, but as I was saying, don't be too close to the chain because you'll need to take a step back to pull the chain because of the animations, etc., kind of thing. Do you even know what I'm talking about? So you need to watch that dome at the base. See, she kind of took a step back there. Whoa now! I'd say I'd got that in one. I won't count that first one because that was me being dumb. That's tough. The last few times I've played, I have been here for so long trying to do that. So that's not as easy as I've just made it look. If you're struggling, I know it's tough, bear with it. That was a miracle. Okay, so we have done everything. Hop over to this ledge. And just for safety reasons, climb over the block. You kind of, I suppose you don't have to. There's other ways to get to the chain, but you know, play it safe. Pull this chain. And that's raised the cage below. So now easiest way to get there is to do the fake grab. You can accidentally re-pull this chain, by the way, so careful as you're doing your fake grab. Otherwise, make it down to the ground floor. You can easily climb up onto this plinth and grab stone disc number 2. And now to exit, you just need to find this opening right up here, because the door is closed, of course. That closed behind you. Careful at the end, you do have a slight drop. There we go. Awesome. So same thing again, we're gonna make our way up to the top to the time to turn a wheel to be able to enter the next room. How many flares do I have? Oh, I have quite a lot. I probably wouldn't have had this amount had I not replayed the first level, because I did use a lot in the first level as I was, you know, trying to show things and explain things. I kind of just did a speed run through. Oh no, the flare's going out. Oh, do the go, Laura. There we go, snug, but the roll saved it. Okay, so in this room, the secret lever removed spikes right from this spot just here. And here we can just go ahead and grab this secret. So as I was saying as well, it is easier just to pull that lever anyway, remove these spikes regardless, because we do have to kind of just drop down here and slide, and I find it very tough to do that when the spikes are there, because you are just going to instantly be killed by the spikes. That's very frustrating. So it is tough to do with the spikes there, so you might want to just remove them anyway. So lots of spikes round about. So there's one set over there, one over there, and then straight up above me. I mean, there's one on each of these sections sticking out, but on here, the 3 spikes I've just pointed out, this and then the 2 ground ones, are ones that do not activate ever. Do not deactivate, they were constantly active. So be careful of those, otherwise we are slowly deactivating spikes in this room. I went the wrong way in the inventory. So this room is actually relatively easy. You just gotta, there we go, not stand on that spike trap and hop up over to here. So careful, because there's a spike trap and they are kind of everywhere. There's, well, you can't see, but there's one over there. But let me just hop to here and you'll see a little bit better. Careful coming up as well. There's another spike trap up here. That opening there is the exit, so that's for when we've done everything. And if I just sidestep, there we go. The stone disc is right over there, and you can see above those blocks there's some levers. So the left one, as I said, that does not deactivate. We will not be pulling that lever. I don't know whether that's there just to fool you, make you think you need to do something with that, but you don't. So, where we're going next is right over to that right hand corner. Kind of a tricky jump because there's a spike trap over there. So we're heading to hit the slope to climb into that gap. Save the game, I highly recommend to save right here. So we need to hit the slope and it is a little further away. So it is very important when you do your hop back, jump on the spot to edge forward. You will not make the jump if you do not hop forward. Hop on the spot, I mean. I jumped way too soon off of there as well. Okay, so don't jump immediately. I already knew that, and yet I jumped immediately. Another silly mistake on my part. Okay, one moment, I'm sorry. My apologies, I had to go do something. Okay, so we deactivated a bunch of spikes just now. So getting out of this gap, there we go, just down this side and we can hit the slope. So this is where the secret was, and that's why it's easier just to remove the spikes, because you can't even jump onto the ledge above. There's spikes on there anyway, so you just plain can't. So this is pretty tough to get out of that gap. So we're gonna climb up yet again. I'm gonna save because I do tend to jump onto those spikes a lot. No. Yeah, something like that is what tends to happen. Yeah, good shout on that save. There we go. So I don't know if these spikes are still active. You don't need to really go near them anyway. So up here again. So these spikes have deactivated. Those ones have not. So pretty much all the other spikes that I said wouldn't be constantly active have deactivated. So coming over onto that spike section, we can now grab the monkey bars, make our way across. It's not easy to see, but there is a gap that we can let go and grab. So just here, kind of blends in pretty well. There we go. We can drop onto this tile space now. And then straight across over to the stone disc. So there's spikes here, but I don't know if this would actually have been an active spike trap. Feels like a strange place to put a spike trap. But regardless, you can stand here. And kind of a similar situation, if you go down to the ground floor, that spike trap on the ground floor is tough to get past. However, you don't really need to. If you do a standing jump, you'll land straight here onto this safe spot. And you can pull this lever. And the exit has opened up to us. We can now stand on that spot. So we are done in the room, we can leave. Maybe I'll save again. Can't be too careful. Awesome. Okay, so now an easy peasy jump over to here. So you probably need to grab. Yep. And then running jump into the gap. Awesome. You have done it. Well done. And then bit of a fall, but that's fine. And we are done. So we can exit this bridge area. We're all complete here. Struggling to pick up the torch. There we go. And let's move on. Okay. I got distracted for a second, my bad. Okay, so continuing in this direction, so we still can't go over to the sacred temple. We need one more disc. Ignore the room that's opposite the water just there. Continue going this way. So here we go. There will be some more little midgety things. So I'm just going to throw the torch down while I deal with them. Okay. So hopefully as well you've got that golden key before coming into this section. And here is the gate that leads us back to the start. So don't need to go that way. Doesn't look like there's any other torches to light in this area. So here we go. Use the golden key. Let me throw that somewhere a little bit better. Okay, and this spot is pretty tough. So yeah, there's lots of opportunity to take damage. I'm going to try and take minimal damage, not necessarily no damage, so I might keep reloading. But it's a tough spot, and it's a very dark spot, so feel free to bring the torch with you. Okay, wait for that blade to pass, and just hop into this gap for a safe spot. This is actually the return spot as well. Anyway, careful as you hop on down. You may want to stand diagonally and just run towards the side wall, because you can easily jump into the path of that blade, which is pretty easy to do. And I'm having a pit stop. I'm going to go and grab a Medpack, which is optional. Lighting a flare to do that. Very snug because of this blade. So yeah, if you're struggling, you may want to leave that one behind. Okay. So I may save again just here. I know I did just save. Lots of saving in this section, there's lots of blades. So when the blade is, I think, parallel to Lara, like pointing at the wall that she's at just here, that's when you might want to run forward from kind of, you know, the whole tile space. It is trial and error. I do think I've got the knack, and then like, nope, that was really, really bad. There we go, so that worked out. There's lots, by the way. Lots and lots of traps. So this isn't really a maze. It seems a little mazy, but it's not too bad. So this trap, only one set of blades, so easy to get by. I'm going to run over to the corner wall, just over there, because there's another trap as well. Ow. I feel like that could have gone better. Excuse my reloading, but I'm reloading. Yeah, I'm sorry, I am going to be pretty darn finicky about this section. I just want to not take too much damage. Now that one got me. I may just continue unless I die or take too much damage here. So again, I feel like when the blade is parallel to the wall that's kind of in front of Lara to the side. Oh my goodness, that was awful. That did not work out. Okay, that was beautiful. Right. Yeah, I do struggle right at this spot a lot. I don't know what's with this spot, but yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot. I hate this spot in particular. Okay, so when the blade was just approaching Lara is when I decided to go. Okay, yeah, it's that 90-degree angle that's not in front of Lara, it's sort of behind the other angle. I'm not really explaining this very well. That went well, so let's have a pit stop save. So not when the blade is at the 90-degree angle in front of her. Okay, very good, very good. This one's not so bad. I'm still kind of scared though. Okay, we have done it, and this is where we're leaving the torch behind because we do need to climb up here. And just on that spot, that lowest tile, do not stand there because there's a blade below that goes back and forth. And that can just instantly kill you just for standing on that spot. So careful there. So there we go, we have the final disc. And careful here. There we go. And we are back at a familiar spot. I said that was the return path. And here we are. We are back in the maze. So kind of a blind run through without my torch and without lighting a flare. So I've made it to the water. If you make it to the water, that's good. So at least you've got some sort of bearings, even if you can't yet go in the water, if you've not got all the stone discs. But I have. So let's go. Okay, and go ahead and place them all. Okay, the door has opened, come on in, and there is the silver orb. Oh, come on, Lara, she's not that excited about picking it up. Okay, and now we need to leave. So to leave, we're actually climbing up. Not very obvious because there's not really a climb texture up there. So just hop across to this higher block. Okay, and then this wall is climbable. You may want to pit stop save here. This is where I lose the nag for how to get past these multiple boulders. Okay, so that came by, so we'll have one that side. And then when that's gone, move back over. There's another one. Move back over. Okay, and the final two are really close. I used to just be able to run between them, but now I struggle. So if you just keep up close to the wall, you can do a side jump. So as it's pretty parallel to you, start your jump. Oop. Okay, so not too dark, but I'll light a flare anyway. I've not lit a lot of flares. And I don't know whether that's going to hinder the viewing experience. I hope not. Yeah, it's kind of weird, like when it's a nice bright day outside I do struggle to see this game, but when the weather's not so good I can see. Today's not a good day outside. So here we go, we're actually close to the top of this chasm that it showed us at the bridge. So for heaven's sake, do not fall down. So you can see there is a crack in the ledge just there, a gap in the ledge. We can hop over to that and then up that ladder. So it feels very daunting to make that jump, but it's not too bad. I've never missed. Okay, so let me just show you at the top. Here we go. So at this door, we will need to find another disc. So now I do need to go back down again. So you may have noticed the rope as well. So just drop right to here. We can grab this medpack. And then we're going to use the rope to swing into that gap. You don't necessarily need to use the rope, to be honest. No, you don't, really. Hang on. Yeah, I think I've always used the rope. I don't know why. Okay. So, now we have another maze coming up. This is what I call the insanity maze, because we will have an insanity meter. So, you have limited time in this maze. There will be a couple of midgets. And you can't use your weapons. So just ignore the midgets anyway, you don't have time to shoot them. But getting into this section I find easier than getting out somehow. But anyway, keep to the left. That's a good strat. Let's go. So take a left, and these chains on the wall indicate you are close to the exit. And a right. And a right again. Oh my goodness, I've actually gotten lost. I don't think I'm going the right way. Oh no, I am. I found it. Okay. So this ancient stone disc. Okay, now we have to get out. So to get out, let me just save my game quick. Lots of saving in this. I don't think I've ever saved this much since I was a noob in a section, a level section. So as we exit back out, stick to the right and then ignore the first left, take the next left and a right. Okay, so a right. Not that right. So a right, then a left. Oh my goodness. Am I going the right way? I think I'm lost again. Oh, there's the chains. Yeah, that went better than expected. Alrighty. And the midgets will follow, but you can shoot them now. I think they've lost me though. So from here we're actually hopping back to here, and then we can use the rope to help us get back up. Yeah, another save. What do you know? That was just in, like, reflex. Save before a rope. Yeah, I wouldn't say this level is hard at all. Lots of exploring, certainly. But yeah, I do save a lot because sometimes it's just easy to make clumsy mistakes. And when a level hasn't been too tricky, Of course you've not saved it in a while. Awesome. So use this old stone disc. Come on in, and it's going to get a little chaotic now. Yeah, this is what we have. And only the pistols. So. Ooh. There we go. Just hop up to here. The big head can't get you. Hopefully the two skeletons that are running around have also come into this room. And it's very important to come into this room first, because then you can trap those skeletons. So hop into this gap and pull this lever. And if the skeletons are in this room, you have trapped them in and they won't be a bother. Yep. So what that lever did was, you see the gates are now closed in this room. They were raised up and now I've lowered them. And that aids me actually going out over that way. Shall we have a pit stop save? I think I would like to. Okay, so it's good to make use of the half-tile jump in situations like this. So I'm going to run on over and then do the half-tile to get over here. Listen out for that beam. Once you hear it starting up, then move. Grab this. So that's the laser sight. Wow, duck down to have that respite. Ooh, close, very close. And then into this opposite room. So this is a similar situation again. So there's no lever this time, but there is some ammo over in this gap. So we have the laser sight, we just need to find the revolver to be able to deal with this enemy. Lara, what is you doing? I do, again, feel like I want to save the game, but I'll try not to. I'll try not to. So, same again. There's the revolver. And back into this room for a safe spot. And you're pretty home free. So hopefully you will likely have so many bullets for the revolver ammo. Combine your laser sights and equip. And if I just come over to this side, I can easily side jump Lara. There we go, so I kind of thought I hadn't equipped that. Oh. Why does she keep ducking? This happened before. Oh yeah, I'm trying to zoom. That's the zoom. And I'm pressing it before I'm looking. I see now. Okay, so once you have dealt with that, that leaves behind the golden sphere and now you can actually hear yourself think again. Thank goodness. So before leaving, there's a special item to get which will help us collect another secret. So back up to here. So in this gap, there is a crawl space. Yeah, very dark corner, very easy to miss this. Bit sneaky. So we have this mysterious key. So this is optional. So to exit, just approach this door. This will open. Skeletons. Come to the end. Be very careful because this is the chasm where the rope is. I'm being a little too careful, but you know, I don't want to die. Okay, and to the rope. Shall I save my game? No. So I suppose you can swing to this tile space that I'm aiming at. I kind of just often don't, because it's not as close. No, I was in between. Wow. Okay, this time I will just turn myself. Nice. Okay. Oh boy, so continuing on. We've done all the stuff in the things. This door will open as you approach. However, we still have that mysterious key to use. So very snug jump. We can jump over to there, try and be on this higher point, and then hop on the spot just for good measure. Save the game. Because if you don't save, you die. Yeah, so, oh, well, I'm still alive. Not quite what I anticipated. Where even am I? Wow. Right, anyway. Tiny bit of damage, that's fine. Yeah, this is a very tough jump. So maybe a little higher on the slope. It's kind of tough because the higher you try and be to make the jump, the further away you kind of become in this circumstance. Nope, I still missed. That was a lot of damage that time. I might just reload because I clearly am standing in the wrong spot. Gonna light a flare for good measure. Nope, not even third time lucky. Hop on the spot, that's very important. There we go, that's the special marker place. Okay, so right here in this gap, we can use the mysterious key. So it is really not obvious. You can hop to the walls and behind the sarcophagi. Okay, come on through. And we have a shotgun and shotgun shells. So the weapon pickups have felt a little pointless. We've had the pistols for so long until we finally picked up the revolver for that boss. And now we have the shotgun and there's not much really left to do. And we were given so many shots for the revolver. Yes. So it just seems pointless. I mean, there are a few more enemies, but not that many more enemies. So now it says link the fire, and we have a torch. So we didn't actually pick up the secret yet, by the way. secret is right there. So just light this cross. Mystery solved. Okay, so that is not actually the final secret, but we are close. So now we're done, you can head out. So don't forget to grab with this running jump. Okay, up the ladder. View is obscured, but just keep on going, it's fine. Okay, and we are back in the first level area, so I'm gonna just equip my shotgun, get some use out of that. So once we climb this ladder, wait for it. Biome, magic enemies. So you can't actually shoot when they're behind the stones. There we go, so 4 enemies to deal with. The revolver I think is 2 shots each. So the last guy that ends up being killed, I believe he is the furthest one away, but he will drop the, what's it called? The Crypt Key. He drops the Crypt Key, and that just allows us to leave this section. So that can be used here. And we actually are in a familiar spot. Okay, we are at the Parish. Here we go. So this is when we can now place the orbs. Awesome, and I'm actually not going to go in just yet. There's one more thing I want to do before we round things off. So we're close to the end, but one last secret to grab. If you equip the revolver, I've been here too long now, the revolver and the Lasersight, you can shoot the 2 church bells. So it's not showing you what that's done, but it's changed something back in the graveyard. So let's go and take a look. So this stone block has been raised up. So we can reach this window ledge, shoot the window. I'll just use the revolver because I have so much ammo for it. And this is the final secret of the game. Sprained my ankles to some extent, but I'll let it slide. I'm nearly done here. Okay, so now come on in. And here is the Obscura painting we've been after. So Medpack as well, which kind of seems pointless, but actually not really. Because once we pick this up, we'll have a wraith. Once we pick this up, we'll also have a wraith. So now we're actually done. Just get out of here. So the gates at the end open once you pick up the painting. Awesome, there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this game. This one's been a little bit darker, not visually, but, you know, a little bit spooky. But yeah, I do enjoy when games are visually dark, but I'd rather have the personal light source rather than relying on flares, because I do like atmospheres of darker games, but it's just annoying to think, how many flares have I got left? Oh no, I don't want to run out. But I get it, sometimes that's the point. If you run out, well, you should have been more careful. There is the thought of you do actually need to rely on the flares. That's the challenge. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.